Street Fighter V came out, and a lot of people were disappointed by its distinct lack of meat on its bone. Street Fighter VI is the polar opposite, complete with an excellent 18-character roster of both new and returning fighters, rendered in a killer new art style, an incredibly ambitious online battle hub that puts all other fighting game lobbies to shame, and just about everything you could ever ask for when it comes to training tools and systems to help you get better at the genre. It's a spectacularly feature-rich fighting game. Street Fighter VI takes many swings in many different directions, and though not every blow connects, the ones that do are absolute knockouts. Gotta do this. Come on. The gameplay of every Street Fighter game since Street Fighter II can generally be defined by a unique mechanic. Street Fighter III had parries, 4 had focus attacks, 5 had the V system, and now Street Fighter VI has the drive system. And for my money, it's the best the series has ever seen. Every character gains access to 5 powerful abilities that are all governed by their drive gauge. Overdrive special moves, drive rush, drive parry, drive reversals, and drive impact. Overdrives are essentially the new EX special moves and cost 2 bars. Drive Rush allows you to quickly close the distance between you and your opponent at the cost of 1 bar, or cancel out specific normal attacks at the cost of 3 bars. Drive Reversals allows you to get an opponent off of you while you're blocking their attack at the cost of 2 bars. And Drive Impacts, well, we'll get to those in a bit. I love this system for a lot of reasons, but chief among them is that it opens up so many options, and at the start of every round, you have a full meter and have access to all of them. There's no building this meter up, or worrying about the amount you'll have left over for the next round. I could start aggressively by using a drive rush right out of the gate to put on pressure. I could save my meter for overdrive special moves to increase the damage of my combos, or I could fish for a crouching medium kick and then drive rush cancel it to convert big damage off of a single poke. Those are just a few of the options, and managing them makes the already extremely cerebral fighting of Street Fighter VI even more enjoyable. The way it's handled when you run out of drive meter is also excellent. Your character enters a burnout state where you're completely unable to use any drive meter related techniques. Your opponent's attacks become more advantageous on both block and hit. You take chip damage, and drive impacts are even scarier than before. And I swear, we'll get to drive impacts in just a bit. Being in burnout is a terrible position, but it's far from an unwinnable situation. You still move at the same speed, your attacks do the same damage, you still have access to all of your super moves, and while your opponent's drive impacts are a huge threat, you know that they'll be looking to do them, which can lead to some interesting mind games on both sides. Some of the most tense and fun matches I've had in Street Fighter VI have been when I managed to pull out a victory even while in burnout. Now, let's talk about drive impacts, because I have a feeling that for a lot of people, whether or not they enjoy Street Fighter VI is largely going to come down to their feelings on this one move. Drive Impact only costs 1 bar of drive meter to use. It has super armor that can absorb up to 2 hits, and if it hits while your opponent is in the middle of their own attack, it will be knocked into a crumpled state, giving you a full combo. And that's not all. Even if they block it, they get blown back and lose half a bar of drive meter. And if they get backed into the corner, you get to follow it up with a combo. That's not all either. Remember how I said that it's even more scary when you're in burnout? Well, if you block a drive impact and you're close to the wall, you get stunned, and you'll eat a full combo in the corner, even though you block their attack. It's one of the most powerful universal mechanics I've ever seen in a fighting game, and if you don't respect it, you will get crushed by it. And yet, I love drive impacts, because they're tuned so that they're just reactable enough to be defended against if you're looking out for them, but also still fast enough to catch you by surprise if you're not. All you have to do is drive impact them right back. You'll absorb their attack, hit with yours, and now the roles have been reversed so that you get the opportunity for a full combo. Countering drive impacts is just so incredibly satisfying, especially when it's the key to you turning the tables around and winning a tight round.
Bring in the heat!
Street Fighter 6's roster of 18 characters is mostly familiar, with 12 returning characters and 6 being entirely new. But even the returning characters feel fresh thanks to new quirks added to their movesets. Ken's command run, for example, now changes up the properties of several of his special moves when he uses them out of it, giving them EX-like properties without having to spend drive meter on them. Cammy can now charge her special moves and give them V-trigger-like qualities. And DJ has a ton of new feints that make him an extremely tricky character to use and play against. The New Blood, meanwhile, are some of the best additions Street Fighter has seen. Kimberly is a clear standout, with a ninja-inspired moveset that has her closing the distance with quick teleports, pile driving you into the ground with an Izuna drop like air throws, and mixing you up with tricky leaps from half a screen away.